Hey everyone, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful, Christmas holiday and happy New Year, and looking forward to 2023. We have, hi, if you're new here to this channel, this is where we talk about the new reissues, re-releases, and brand new this week, new releases on vinyl. And we always start out with a pick of the week, and then there's a list posted down below that is alphabetical, the way that we're kind of going with things, and has prices there for you to peruse at your leisure. So anyway, in lieu of a straight up pick of the week this week, I thought I would just share with you kind of a little stack here. Rhino every year has a campaign called Start Your Ear Off Right. This year it's called Spark Your Ear Off Right. And they have these promotional matches. That's why they're calling it Spark, because of the matches. But anyway, not all of them are out today, but I'd say a good chunk of them are. But there are going to be a few more trickling in. They're all great titles. And I want to share these with you as a umbrella pick of the week. It's Rhino's Spark Your Ear Off Right. And it's starting out with Billy Cobham Spectrum, and this one will come to you on limited edition crystal clear vinyl. I think all the ones that were like from Atlantic are going to be on the crystal clear limited, but this one is his 1970 debut solo album. And then we have John Coltrane, Ole Coltrane, and this one is also another one that is coming to us on crystal clear vinyl, and this is let me see. The 1961 Spanish model masterpiece, okay? And then we have Dire Straits, Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. This is a double LP, and it's a greatest hits album from Dire Straits that it was originally released in 1988. This set features highlights from the band's first 5 LPs on double green vinyl. Then we have Genesis selling England by the Pound. This is also one of these, so it's on crystal clear limited edition vinyl. It is the classic 1973 studio album. We also have Jerry Rafferty, City to City, and this is a double on orange vinyl. And this one, it doesn't indicate that anywhere on here, but it is. And this has singles like Baker Street, Right Down the Line, City to City is on here. So anyway, this is a very popular Jerry Rafferty record, and that's for you now on double orange. Okay, then we have Ramones, Subterranean Jungle. This is on 140-gram violet colored vinyl, and it's an acclaimed 1983 classic album. And it's got Outsider and Psychotherapy is on here, okay? Then we have, Otis Redding. Great Otis Redding sings soul ballads. This is on 140-gram translucent light blue colored vinyl. Now, I'm not sure, but I've heard and I've read online places that this is mono, but I'm not seeing any indication of that. This was on Volt Records when it was distributed by Atco when it first came out, and that was in 1965. Anyway, I don't want to go ahead and tell you that it's mono in case it's not, but it could be. Next up, this one, everyone is so excited about this. This is Johnny Thunders, So Alone, on translucent ruby colored vinyl. And this is just the debut solo album from the New York Dolls guitarist. So you can get that now, which is a great thing. And then we have the Velvet Underground Loaded. This one is one of these Atlantic ones, so that is the limited edition crystal clear vinyl. How many times are they going to re-release Loaded? I don't know what the definitive copy is, but boy, you see that coming around a lot. I don't know what's going on with that one. Then we have Yes, Fragile. This is on limited edition crystal clear vinyl, and that one is also available on CD. And then we have the great Warren Zevon, A Quiet Normal Life. This is on 140-gram translucent grape-colored vinyl. This is a collection of Warren Zevon's greatest hits that includes like Werewolves of London, Lawyers, Guns, and Money, Desperados, Under the Eaves, etc. And then this one, ZZ Top Eliminator on 140-gram gold-colored vinyl. And this is a timeless album that features hits like Legs, Give Me All Your Lovin', and Sharp Dressed Man. Okay, so that is the first round of the Spark Your Ear Off Right campaign going on with Rhino. That's considered my pick of the week for you because it's the new year and we're gonna spark it off right. And if you come into the store and you buy one of those, we do have these limited edition Rhino matches that will be given you. We're not sending them out in the mail, and we're certainly not giving them to little kids. But, you know, if you're of an adult age and you come in for one of those, we'll be happy to hand you over some matches, okay? Now, let's get to our other stuff. We do have a lot of nice reissues, represses, and new things here. And let me see, I'm going to just arrange my spot so that we don't have the horrific vinyl dump that sometimes happens over here. I'm going to try to keep this very steady. I have so many things bolstering my pile. All right, let's start out then with Tori Amos, and this is Little Earthquakes, and it's on Atlantic Catalog Group. Now, Tori Amos became the voice of a generation of young girls when she first delivered her solo album in 1992. Each of the tracks on Little Earthquakes painted a very evocative picture, and the album delivered 5 singles. And the album has already received the deluxe treatment in 2006, but this 2LP is the first time that the tracks have been remastered for this format. Notes are the same as those found in the 2015 reissue, but the mastering was done lovingly by John Astley at Abbey Road Studios. So that's now available. Then we have Anti-Flag, Lies They Tell Our Children. This is on Spine Farm. Pittsburgh's Anti-Flag, they've made it abundantly clear in the nearly 30 years of their message and presence, they will always feel relevant at any given time, and are never afraid to offer raw, unfiltered critiques on the failings of the modern political landscape or position themselves across multiple genres. Anti-Flag are committed to constant evolution. So now with their 13th studio album, Lies They Tell Our Children, Anti-Flag are reemerging as energetic as ever. You can get this on white or black vinyl, and the one that has the sticker tells you that it's black vinyl. The white one doesn't have anything on it. So we're starting 2023 with the ambiguity in the same way. Why don't they just tell us what it is? This is Bicep. It's called Isles, and this is on Ninja Tune, the second studio album by the electronic music duo Bicep, originally released in 2021. It was recorded over a 2-year period and preceded by the single Apricot. So the album was nominated for the 2021 Choice Music Prize for the Best Irish Album. This is a deluxe 3LP. It features Atlas, Apricots, Sekou Casanova, and 3 additional B-side tracks. Then we have 3 reissues from the Black Dahlia Murder. And these all come to us on the Metal Blade label. So this one is called Miasma. This is the second studio album by the Black Dahlia Murder. Now, they are an American melodic death metal band. They're from Waterford, Michigan. They formed in 2001. And their name is derived from the 1947 unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short, often referred to as the Black Dahlia. So Miasma is the only album to feature drummer Zach Gibson, who replaced the founding member and drummer Corey Grady, as well as being last with bassist Dave Locke, his last time on record. So on emerald green marbled vinyl for you here is Miasma, the second studio album from Black Dahlia Murder. Then they also have Nocturnal. This is the third studio album. It was originally released in 2007 and is the band's first album to feature bassist Bart Williams, who replaced Dave Locke, and drummer Shannon Lucas is on here. This is on blue and white marbled vinyl. All right, the last one is called Unhallowed. And this is the debut studio album. It was originally released in 2003. And this is on dark turquoise vinyl. Okay, you can get all those now. Okay, next up we have The Body. And this is Christ's Redeemers. This is also a reissue from Thrill Jockey, originally released in 2013. And it's been said by more than a few listeners that The Body is kind of the most brutal band on the planet. Christ's Redeemers conjures this atmosphere of foreboding and isolation sonically, lyrically, visually. The album opens with washes of sound and one forlorn voice kind of penetrating the ether before they launch into this brutal, ghostly dirge. Featuring frequent collaborators, the Assembly of Light Choir, and its unexpected bursts of noise generated by guitars and electronics puncture any sense of comfort or complacency, and eerie samples like float from the ether. This is on clear vinyl through Thrill Jockey. This is BTS, and this is Love Yourself, Her, and it's on Big Hit Music. For the first time ever, BTS's highly successful mini album, Love Yourself, Her, is now available on vinyl. Featuring the group's hit songs DNA and Go Go, this release landed on the top of the charts across the globe, and upon its initial original release in September of 2017. The contents of this vinyl album package include a black 12-inch, outer sleeve, lyric poster, sticker, bookmark, and photo card. So for your BTS fix, first time on vinyl. Then we have Willie Colon, El Juicio. This is through Craft Recordings, the 50th anniversary edition of the Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe Classic. Third gold record by the powerhouse salsa duo. It's all analog mastering from the original tapes on 180-gram black vinyl. Okay, this is Noah Cyrus, The Hardest Part. This is on Columbia Records Group. This is the debut studio album by American singer-songwriter Noah Cyrus. Features a guest appearance from Death Cab for Cutie's Ben Gibbard on Every Beginning Ends. So The Hardest Part doesn't reinvent the wheel. It knows what it is. It's undisguised, accessible songwriting, okay? It walks the line between modern acoustic pop and classic country. With 10 songs, just over 33 minutes, it is a wide-ranging emotional ride that leaves the listener wanting more, hopefully. And anyway, she's been through a lot, and it's a very confessional sort of album, but yes, kind of nice that there's that little show up from Ben Gibbard there too. Okay, then this is Daddy Yankee, Legend Daddy. It's on Republic Records. So Daddy Yankee's farewell Grammy-nominated album, Legend Daddy, it combines all the styles that have defined him in one single album. It contains 19 tracks and has the most superb guest list yet, including Bad Bunny, Rauw Alejandro, Nile Rodgers, Becky G, and more. He also collaborated with some of the industry's hottest producers, including Playin' Skills, Looney, and Taney. Legend Daddy stands out as his first album in 10 years, his boldest, brightest, biggest musical statement ever. It's on 2 LPs, and it is black vinyl. And then we have Destroy Lonely, No Stylist. This is through Opium Interscope. Signed to Playboy Cardi's Opium label, rising Atlanta artist Destroy Lonely released his debut mixtape, No Stylist, in August of 2022. So it features a guest appearance from his label mate, Ken Carson, on the track called Veteran. So No Stylist has some nice productions and some really catchy moments. And Destroy Lonely gives us a pretty good performance with, good flow. But 19 songs is a lot, and you can feel it sometimes when an album is just too long, and nothing changes the formula of Destroy Lonely style so that you can distinguish it from Ken Carson. So, it's good, but probably could have benefited from being a little shorter. Okay, this is Sierra Farrell, Long Time Coming. A label is Rounder. Jingle Jangle Gypsy Tornado of Sound hailing from Charleston, West Virginia. The most striking element of Long Time Coming is the one that made Farrell go viral in the first place, and that is her very, very good voice. This is an indie exclusive on gold vinyl. It will tell you on that sticker there. All right, and then we have Fits and the Tantrums. This is live in Chicago on Danger Bird Records from a 2010 performance at the Metro in Chicago. The performance features hits and fan favorites from their debut album, Picking Up the Pieces, and an early EP, Songs for a Breakup. The album also poignantly highlights the deeply felt absence of live music as a social bond and as a livelihood during the COVID pandemic. Because it's from a 2010 performance, but it was released in 2020 originally, okay? So that, next up is Floating Points, 2022, and this is also a Ninja tune. So Sam Shepard is AKA Floating Points. He's returned with a 12-inch highlighting the stunning series of singles released in 2022. So throughout 2022, Floating Points shared 4 new tracks ranging from bona fide dance floor bangers to ambient cinematic masterpieces. Now, the releases were met with widespread praise, including the best new track from Pitchfork and a glowing review from Resident Advisor describing Shepard as one of electronic music's most undisputed MVPs. So you can get those tracks now. This is Fruition, and it's just one of them nights. It's on Fruition LLC. The album here was initially released independently in 2014. It racked up over 14 million streams since and features their biggest hit, Mountain Annie. The band has made a name for themselves at festivals like Levitate and Bonnaroo, Telluride Bluegrass, and headlining clubs around the country. So now available for the first time ever on vinyl, this LP is pressed on 180-gram translucent green vinyl. Okay, this, I never can say this guy's name properly. John Frusciante. This is Empyrean. This is on the Record Collection label. This is the 10th solo album from the Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist. Features Flea and Johnny Marr as guest artists. It's an engaging collection of brilliant soundscapes, fancy guitar, and some intriguing electronica flourishes. Okay, and another, still keeping an eye on my pile of records here. Okay, the second one from John Frusciante, Inside of Emptiness, and it's also on the Record Collection label. 6th studio album is his second record in a series of 5 2004 releases. Inside of Emptiness is one of John's most simplistic albums, purely focusing on songwriting and guitar work. So experimentation had yielded mixed results in the previous albums with varying song structures in his freshman and sophomore releases. So this one is very pared down compared to some of the others. Okay, then we have Grimner. This is Fader, and it's on Despots Records. So with Fader, Grimner returns with fire and power. This time they've added the metal to folk metal. Their roots and influences of Swedish death metal and their love of heavy and power metal is weaved together with an enchanting folk melodies and pagan choirs to create their own unique sound, once again, all sung in their native Swedish. As always, Fader translates to the Ancient Father, is their 4th full-length album. Okay, then we have Herman's Hermits, their greatest hits, and this is on ABKCO. Herman's Hermits introduced a blend of infectious pop to the world in 1965 when they came out with I'm Into Something Good, and that shot to #1 in the UK and came into the top 20 of the US the following year. Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter, and I'm Henry VIII I Am became #1 hits in the US. And in their greatest hits covers the period of mid-1964 to early 1967 and features other top 5 singles like Can't You Hear My Heartbeat, What a Wonderful World, and Dandy. And this is on 180-gram. Okay, here's a couple of reissues that are probably you're going to be excited about. Justice Across the Universe, 2 LPs. This is on Because Music, and it's back to 2007 and the release of Justice's cult debut album with this immediate dedicated worldwide live tour and unique live equipment setup. Across the Universe is the live album released in 2008, now available for the first time on vinyl. So it's a double black LP edition and features a 12-inch poster. Again, is a 12-inch piece of paper really a poster? Sounds like an insert to me. This one is Justice Planisphere, and it's also on Because Music, and it's the Justice cult epic 17-minute, 40-second song written and created in 2008, just after the album for A Dior Defile. Half an album song, Planisphere, is divided into 4 parts and was only released digitally, never physically. Now available for the first time on vinyl. It's got an etched black LP. The A side is the music and the B side is the exclusive etched design. Okay, and here we, would it be a week without a King Gizzard? This is for Mike's Got the Spins. You guys ever watch his channel, Mike's Got the Spins on YouTube? He is more of a guy who gets a theme, and he'll show you about 6 to 10, maybe a dozen albums that, with some kind of a running theme. Very entertaining show. He's got a very good ability to keep it tight. Not like me, who were going into 45 minutes. He keeps it straight and to the point. So check him out. Mike's Got the Spins. He's fun. Loves King Gizzard, so I always laugh that there's pretty much an album of King Gizzard out every single week. This one is Music to Kill Bad People 2. It's Demos and Rarities, Volume 1, which indicates there's going to be another volume. This is on Org Music, and it's a compilation of demos and rare recordings by the Australian acid rock band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, recorded between 2011 and 2020. Part of the official bootlegger series, this LP has exclusive cover art by visual artist Griffin Scanlon and mastered by Joseph Cara. It's limited to only 200 copies, so gotta move if you want that one. Okay, this then is Fela Kuti, Aphrodisiac. This is on Knitting Factory Records. Now, it's the 5th in a series of celebratory Fela 50th anniversary reissues. Like its predecessors in the series, this double LP edition is on colored vinyl. The A-B side is green marble, and C and D side is on red marble. The LP is wrapped in a gold obi strip with a brief essay on the album and Fela's global impact on music. The songs on Aphrodisiac were tracks that Fela and Nigeria 70, who later became Africa 70, re-recorded at Abbey Road Studios in 1972 after they had become hits in Nigeria. So the best known song on the album is Je ne Coi Que. It's satire about gluttony and Fela's first major hit across West Africa. In Pidgin English, the title means chop and quench, which in turn means eat and die in standard English. So Aphrodisiac was first reissued on vinyl in 2014 as part of the Fela box set number 3, curated by Brian Eno. And now, this is Lord of the Isles. This is called Subtle Thoughts. It's on Lapis Records. So Neil MacDonald's love of the outdoors is a constant feature in his music, and hence his Lord of the Isles moniker that he uses is a direct reference to the Highlands and the islands in his native Scotland. So Subtle Thoughts is an album of sumptuous, melancholic electronica that, like his previous work, avoids being pigeonholed, but in it we find ambient and IDM, but also breaks and down-tempo 4x4 beats with deep ruminations and even passages akin to New Age and Balearic music. So it's all over the place, and he does it like in a very unique way. This is Nerf Herder. This is called Rockingham. This is on Oglio Entertainment. So Nerf Herder's 5th album, Rockingham, is an explosion of geekness with songs like At the Con and I'm the Droid You're Looking For, which is made entirely of lines from Star Wars and was recorded at Skywalker Ranch. So other instant classics include the album's most popular track, We Opened for Weezer. It's a completely autobiographical tale of their first tour with Weezer during the Pinkerton era. It's available here on 180-gram vinyl with a download card. All right. This is Olivia Newton-John, Olivia's Greatest Hits Volume 2 on Primary Wave. So Olivia Newton-John issued her 2nd volume of hit singles in 1982. Greatest Hits Volume 2 features her biggest international hits remastered. It contains all of Olivia's U.S. top 40 hits from that era, including the singles Hopelessly Devoted to You and You're the One That I Want. The album was certified double platinum in the US and platinum in both the UK and Canada. It has sold over 5 million copies worldwide. 180 gram, 2 LP, 40th anniversary deluxe edition here. Surprised they didn't put that on colored vinyl of some sort, but no indication of that anyway. Okay. So this is an interesting piece here. This is Peel Dream Magazine, Modern Metaphysic. It's on Slumberland Records. So Modern Metaphysic is the debut album of Peel Dream Magazine, the name of New York City-based musician Joe Stevens, who is a talented multi-instrumentalist who wrote, played, and recorded and mixed the album in his apartment in Brooklyn. It's quite surprising considering how much Modern Metaphysics sounds like it was played by a tour season band, but it's a nod to BBC Radio 1 legend John Peel, and he was the arbiter of all good things underground, all things quality, and all things cool. Peel Dream Machine is highly evocative of a certain strain of independent music. As Stevens explains, I wanted to conjure media to create an outlet for subcultural wanderers, something you can subscribe to. Anyway, this is on yellow and black splatter, and it's worth a listen. It's very interesting. Okay, then we have the great Iggy Pop, Every Loser on Atlantic. The latest full-length solo release for the Stooges' Iggy Pop features contributions from such artists as the late Taylor Hawkins, Travis Barker, Pearl Jam's Stone Gossard, and Guns N' Roses' Duff McKagan, Dave Navarro, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith. Anyway, like just loaded with guests. All things considered, there are far more winners than losers on here, and that's nothing if not a pleasant surprise. So despite a few clumsy moments, Every Loser proves that Iggy's not only has more to say, but continues to find exciting ways to say things. And by embracing all sides of his 50 years in the game, Every Loser is Iggy's throwing out the late career rule book and having a whole bunch of fun. So, which is, of course, what makes him so brilliant in the first place. So this is on blood red vinyl. And yeah, there he is. Okay. Now this is Queensryche, Digital Noise Alliance on Century Media, their 16th studio album and fourth to be helmed by the founding guitarist Michael Wilton, vocalist Todd La Torre, and bassist Eddie Jackson. They continue the ever-evolving legacy. The Bellevue, Washington-born band began in 1982 when they first took hold of the flame. They're in a better and more creative musical space than they've been in years. This is entertaining melodic heavy metal with an appropriate and satisfying prog intrigue. It's 2 LPs on 180 gram black vinyl. Don't you find it interesting that they came from Bellevue, Washington? I feel like this band has always had kind of a European vibe to them, but you know, maybe that's just me. I don't know what you guys think. This is an interesting piece. This is Skolo Hofo, and it's called O, and it is part of the Tone Poet series on Blue Note. Skolo Hofo is a supergroup made up of guitarist John Schofield, saxophonist Joe Lovano, bassist Dave Holland, and drummer Al Foster. So they first played together as a band in 1999, but the Musicians Associations stretched back decades, and this masterful 2002 album of originals brims with that camaraderie. Blue Note Tone Poet series, of course, features all analog remastered 180 gram vinyl in deluxe packaging, and this is 2 LPs you get here. All right. Then we have Sea and Cake, the Moonlight Butterfly. This comes to you on Thrill Jockey. 2011 studio album is now available in this limited opaque tan color. The record comes packaged in this, well, they're calling that a deluxe jacket, but it's nice, but I don't know if I'd call it super, deluxe, but it has a custom designed inner sleeve. All copies include a digital download card. So the Moonlight Butterfly is their 9th album, and it arrives in the middle of a wellspring of creativity for this band. The album was recorded at Soma Studios in Chicago by drummer John McIntyre. The Moonlight Butterfly has the core elements of the unique Sea and Cake sound while introducing some more of an experimental approach to the song's textures and structures. This is on opaque tan vinyl, and it's back. Now, move these guys forward. Isn't it great? See, nothing's falling over this time yet. All right. This is the soundtrack and cast to Being the Ricardos. This is a vinyl-only Amazon original motion picture soundtrack composed and performed by Daniel Pemberton. It's on Lakeshore Records. Now, I haven't seen this, so I don't know what this music is like. It's all original music, and I guess, you know, it's all composed and performed by Daniel Pemberton. I guess you would have to have seen it to know what it's like, but anyway, I'm sorry I don't have a lot of firsthand information about that. I didn't see it. This is various artists, Enchanted and Walt Disney Records. This is celebrating the 15th anniversary of the film. The soundtrack to Enchanted features songs by Alan Menken, including Happy Working Song and more, available on vinyl for the first time, and it's on crystal clear. And that's in a gatefold. Okay, then we have a few of these on the Masterworks Broadway label. This first one here is Hairspray. This is the original Broadway cast recording. Broadway's best musical is back. Masterworks Broadway is proud to reissue the eight-time Tony winner on a double LP gatefold set with 4-panel folded insert. Dive into the music from the iconic cast on a cool blue marble double vinyl copy here. Good. And also on, let me see here. Yeah. Okay. So this also, soundtrack and cast of The Lion King, the original Broadway cast. This is also 2 LPs. Celebrating the 25th anniversary of the musical on Broadway on vinyl for the very first time. 2 LP set features music performed by the original cast, and it's available on yellow and black splatter vinyl. Mark Mancina is featured, and you know, I guess if you're very knowledgeable about Broadway, and that will mean something to you. So there you go. Then we have the original Broadway cast recording of Once, a New Musical. This is on Masterworks Broadway. So you can experience the 7-time Tony Award-winning Best Musical Once on this exclusive 12-inch marigold shaded vinyl, including a 12-inch insert. See, they call it an insert, not a poster. Relive all the beloved songs written by Glenn Hansard and Marketa Irglova. I hope I'm not butchering that too bad. Broadway's favorite love story between Tony Award winners Steve Kazee and Kristen Malotti. Again, they're calling this marigold vinyl. There's no indication on here anywhere that this is even colored vinyl, but it is, and it's a really pretty metallic gold kind of swirl. I think they call it marigold because there's a little bit of like red and black in there too, like the flowers. But anyway, gorgeous piece of vinyl, but you know, still think they should tell us. All right, then we have West Side Story original Broadway cast recording. This also on Masterworks Broadway. Iconic West Side Story 1957 original Broadway cast recording on exclusive gatefold double vinyl. Enjoy the legendary score of Leonard Bernstein's music and Stephen Sondheim's lyrics as they come to life in the comfort of your own home. Get yours here on sleek red marble vinyl with the standout cast, including Tony Award winners Carol Lawrence, Larry Kurt, and Cheetah Rivera. That is available now. Then we have Sun Ra, and this is called Prophet, and this is on Modern Harmonic, now featuring what may be his only recordings on the Prophet keyboard. These once lost performances expand the omniverse of Ra across a stellar set of lengthy cuts. So all recorded in a single day, believe it or not, and it's on yellow vinyl. Does it tell you that it's on yellow anywhere? I don't see that marked as well, but it is. It's yellow vinyl. Okay, then we have Twisted. It's Abominati and Abominations with a Z, okay? This is on Magic Ninja. originally released in 2012 and only released on vinyl via picture disc and 7-inch. This 25 years of Twisted version of Abominations is the third in a series of albums to be released as a celebration of Twisted's 25 years as a band. This limited edition double LP is available on transparent red vinyl with black smoky marbling. And if that's not enough, there's a cassette too, okay? And the cassette looks like just kind of smoke colored. Yeah, it's hard to see in the light, but yeah, it's like a smoke, translucent smoke color. Okay, then this is actually, I think this is kind of cool. This is various artists Lo-Fi Mini Focus. This is on Walt Disney Records. And it's like, you know, they're imitating that Lo-Fi Girl kind of vibe with this thing. It's so listen to iconic Disney hits featuring some of Minnie's favorite songs, reimagined by top artists in the lo-fi space. Like if I read their names off to you, you're probably, unless you're really into that, you know, kind of genre of the lo-fi thing, you may not recognize, but perfect for studying, creating, or unwinding on purple orchid vinyl. The only real name that I thought that I recognized here was, Tesla. But everything else, all the other performance, the artists, I think you have to just be like real, you know, hip to the beat on the genre to know who the names are. But apparently that's a really good thing. Okay, this is Zahara. It's called Liminal Spaces, and it's on Lex Records. And Zahara, they, them, is the solo moniker of Idris Simp's US Velvet guitarist Zahara Jamie. Liminal Spaces is their debut solo album. Some of the songs have been with Z for a while, like Julia, written when Zahara was just 16, about their experience with manipulative girlfriends. Others are inspired by queer culture, absurdism, love, lust, and feeling lost. So evolving stylistically, maturing emotionally, and yet still attached to a past scorched by trauma and old flames, Zahara brings pop sensibility and hi-fi quality to liminal spaces that makes their work appealing to anyone and everyone, young or old, straight or queer, introverts and extroverts, the hardened LA locals, and the daydreaming transplants. This is on yellow vinyl. And so that is it. Everything, again, going to be down below with prices. And I hope you find something in there that you like. Take a real look at those Spark Your Ear Off Right through Rhino releases. Like I said, there's more to come. These are only just the first round, and there'll probably be some more next Friday. And again, Happy New Year to you. I hope your 2023 is going to be magic, and thank you for joining me.